Alright, I'm going to go back and implement some of the things that I tested before. And hopefully they work. I mean, at this point, let me see. There was also a setting I just saw, graphics, anti-lag. Let me turn that off because I don't know. Apparently, that's a culprit as well. There's some other things that are apparently a culprit. Frame rate target control. Limit your peak FPS to a steady rate. I don't know. Let's turn that off. I feel like that's surface format optimizations. I don't know. Let's turn that off. I want to turn all these features off. Display, performance, tuning. And we definitely need the fan curve. I know that for sure. That's exactly what the problem is. Because as soon as it gets over 70 degrees is when it starts like coughing and having issues. So I don't want it to be like overboard, but let's give that a try. I don't at this. I'm not a professional at this. Never had a pre-overclocked graphics card, but I streamed all day yesterday. We crashed maybe only 3 times, and it was still very stable for many hours on end, like consistently without a crash. Oh, and look, my chat is not even showing up. I gotta refresh it. So if you guys are chatting, I mean, I don't see it, unfortunately, because it doesn't show anything until after I refresh it. So I appreciate everybody, again, for being patient, because my goodness. I'm not even gonna try to ruin anybody's fun or anybody's day. I'm gonna, let's see, let's bring this up. 68 degrees. GPU utilization is 70%. Why does that change? And let me see something. I know that since the update, there's been some major issues. Borderless, quality.
Oh, hello?
Hey, what's up? My mic's not muted, right? Yeah, you could definitely hear me. My mic is working. See if there's a difference in 58. Yeah, let's keep it on that. Quality. Let's go for performance. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play my guy. I'm just gonna like run some tests and try to see if I can figure out what is a optimal way to get this working without it consistently crashing. So I would not encourage you to just like stick around. Memory scale. Because I'm just gonna be sitting here in the lobby and probably just going over into like a like multiplayer game just to put a stress test on the system and see what the deal is and do some testing. I mean I want to play, but I can't. I don't want to like ruin anybody's game either. Because I'm gonna get into a game, it's gonna crash, it's gonna boot me. So until I get this figured out, my guy.
Oh,
I would just go queue up and play some matches with your friends till I can figure this out because it's gonna consistently keep crashing. Like I can be here in this menu and I can be in the main screens, but it's not functioning otherwise. Once I actually start the game, it puts more stress on the system. FOV. Um, resolution. Custom frame limit. I mean, well, that's a problem, right? Let me go with 120. Apply. I don't know. Can you not hear me, Guava?
hello?
Can you
I
not
can hear
hear
you?
me? Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. I can.
Okay. As I was saying, I'm trying to do some testing, so I'm not really gonna play right now. It's not really fun because I keep getting kicked, and it's gonna just be affecting everyone's games, and I don't want to be ruining everybody's day. Because again, I'm just probably gonna crash once I try to play another match. Like if I sit here in the menu, it's fine. Like it doesn't crash, but once I start a game, it starts trying to load and cause the system to run higher and higher, and I'm trying to find out exactly what it is that's causing it. So I would fully encourage you
Um,
to just go play with a couple of friends or something until I can figure it out. And if you want to watch the stream while I'm doing it, that's cool too. Um,
I am watching this too, so.
but yeah,
Look.
I'll talk to you later whenever you'll obviously be able to see that I'm good to go. I don't know why I was able to stream for hours yesterday,
So what
but
are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
What are you
like
gonna do? You're
I'm
going to do some
I'm
tests.
running some tests. I'm trying to
What
figure
tests?
out what's causing it to crash. Because it's only crashing once it doesn't crash when I open the game and start the game. It only
What graphics
crashes.
card do you have? What graphics card do you have?
I have an AMD graphics card, but it's not a traditional AMD. It's produced by another company that's partnered with AMD. It's called XFX. It's pre-overclocked, so it's built for faster performance and faster, more quality. It's and so I have to tune it down. Like I have to
So look, I just
decrease.
need to do a calculation. I have to do a calculation. So shoot. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. What
There's
currency do you use? What's your currency called?
I don't understand what you said,
What is it?
and your mic is
Like,
cutting
is it
out.
dollar? Is it dollar?
What?
Do you use dollars, pounds, euros, what?
I can't understand you. Your mic keeps breaking out. So every time like you
I'll
say
type
something.
it in. I'll type it in.
I'm getting 101 frames. Setting. Wait, what is this?
What currency do you use?
What currency?
Yeah, like dollars, euros.
Oh yeah, dollars. But what does that have to do with
Okay. Because I just have to do a calculation quickly.
for? But
So
what does that have to do with
because
graphics?
it's a part of your graphics card. Because I have a graphics card that's decently good on my PC that I'm on right now, and it's the GX. I can't remember exactly, but it was about 3,000 rand here. So, and 15 rand is $1. So I'm just trying to calculate. So
Oh no, my graphics card was
200 bucks.
probably like almost.
200 bucks.
It was about $200 to $300. How much my graphics card cost?
Oh, 200 to 300. Then yeah, it should be running because
Exactly.
mine was also mine was 200 bucks, and it runs pretty
Right.
well.
This is an older graphics card, but it was with the technology and the hardware that it was made with was ahead of its time at the time it was produced. It also
Oh,
has
so
it
it was
has
like,
it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. So it's not like it's running short and it's like having trouble. What the problem is it's either overheating, because it has two cooling fans built into it. But I want to say that it's probably built to be used with a water cooling system because it comes pre-overclocked. It's built with like a higher tuning like output. If I was to just put it on default
oh,
settings
so
and
it's
run it,
working then.
it's gonna crash my PC every single time I run a game. Even just opening the game application, like sitting here in the main lobby, it's gonna crash every time. So I have to get into the settings, and I have to lower the max frequency percentage. I have to increase the power percentage so that it's using enough of the power supply, and I have to modify the fan cooling matrix for it to keep it properly cool. Like you see it right now, it's 51 degrees. If it gets um up to
52 now.
if it gets up to 70 degrees, it could cause issues. And I think maybe I think it could be possible that my CPU could be overheating. I
Well, I've actually went on a website where I bought my PC case. It's got 3 fans in the front. It's got a LED thing and a glass side, and it gets the job done. So I think maybe you should get one of these. I'm not sure what the name of the website is, but if I do find it, then I will notify you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm really just gonna be here trying to test some things. Cause it's just not gonna be fun for me to try to. It's not even about me having fun. It's about one, the people that are viewing the stream. It's about who I'm playing with. They're
No,
they're
you've
just
got
not gonna
this
have a
wrong.
good
You've got
experience.
this wrong. You've got this wrong. It doesn't. It's true. It does matter that the people you're playing with are having fun, but that's not all. That's 50%. The other 50% is that you are having fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, if the system is stable and it's not crashing, then that's beside the point. But I don't want people to
Oh,
continue
that's
to experience this and keep being frustrated along with me. Um, this is like I don't normally stream because of this issue. So
Oh.
I'm even when I'm not streaming, like if I shut my OBS down and I just try to run the
Yeah.
game as normal, this will still happen. So it's not a symptom that because I'm opening OBS and it's using my CPU and that the CPU is running the game, my GPU is running the game, my GPU is also functioning with the OBS. It's not any of those things because it can still happen when I don't even have OBS open or I'm not even live
I don't know what
streaming.
OBS is. It's
Um,
OBS
Open
is
broadcast
OBS
software.
thing that you use.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
what I
thing you use to stream?
yeah, it's what I use to connect my stream to the streaming platforms. It's the software.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Even
I thought. Yeah.
even
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
that open, my PC will still go through the same situation that I'm dealing with without even
Wow.
using that. So it's I've narrowed it down. It's definitely half graphics related. I want to say it's a possibility. It could be my CPU temperature could be too high.
Is it possible to like go into setting and change the graphics down?
That's yeah. Look at the stream. I'm gonna show you right now. Look at the stream.
I'm looking at the stream at
All
the
right.
moment. I am looking at it.
All right. So this
I'm
is what
looking at it
I
on my PC.
yeah. This is what I have to adjust. Right. Okay. So by default, all of these are off.
Oh my!
Yeah. All of these
I
are
don't
off.
understand any of this. I don't understand any of
No,
this.
I know it's a
What is
little
that
difficult to
red thing?
understand.
What is that red thing?
What is what?
It says 50 degrees. Under that, that you just put off, it was like a thing that you were changing.
The
a while
graph?
ago, that, I don't know what it was. It's gone now.
Yeah. I have to refresh it.
No,
So-
that.
Yeah. You talking about this graph right here, right?
What's it?
It's a fan tuning control. So this is the
Oh, wow.
this is the fan speed like how fast the fan is actually like rotating to cool the system. And if I don't alter this and edit this, then the graphics card gets too hot, too quick, and that's what's causing a lot of the crash. Also, I have to change this frequency here. I've even went further into adjusting and decreasing these voltages before in the past, like decreasing this down to like 1050 instead of 1150. Or like there's been a lot of things that I've tested over like months and years just to try to get this right. And I found that is if it doesn't go over 1300 megahertz, it's okay. But if I reach 1300 megahertz, it's gonna crash. So there are several factors that cause it to have issues. If I was probably to set up a water cooling system, which I don't want to do because it's a lot of maintenance and a lot of headache to deal with, then it could be a problem. I've done a lot of like website researches to try to see like what can I do or better educate myself on how to set this properly. Extensive research, watching tons of videos, reading blogs, reading websites. I've even contacted the manufacturer and explained to them. And it comes down to another factor that all of this right here doesn't really give detail on. And it's based on the hardware is built out of silicone. And silicone is a conductor that a lot of the hardware like CPUs and GPUs are made from. And the quality of the silicone is different in every graphics card. You could have the same exact model graphics card I have. I mean, the same exact version. We could have bought the boxes side by side in the same store. And these settings will end up being different because the quality of the silicone is different. I might have a better quality. They call it the silicone lottery. Like you might end up with a better quality silicone, so you can kind of like tweak your settings to push the card even further.
Get a specialist then?
I'm sorry, what?
Why don't you just get a specialist?
Hey, you're breaking up. You're gonna have to say that again. I can't hear you.
Why don't you get a specialist then?
Why don't I get what?
A specialist then.
Your mic is just breaking, man. I just can't hear nothing. Honestly, I tried. Maybe type it in chat because I don't know if your mic is just not gonna work. Like it works sometimes, but it's intermittent. It's just crackling or breaking up entirely and just cutting out what you're saying.
Is this better?
Yeah, much better.
Why don't you get a specialist then?
I mean, I consider myself enough of a specialist. So when I was in the military, I was responsible for well over 200 computer systems. I would have to rebuild them myself. If anything ever went wrong with them, I would fix them. So I consider myself enough of a specialist to understand this.
I would too.
Like I said, the silicone lottery is really like the defining factor in what's going on here. And it's like I could change these settings to a point where I have to find a sweet spot. And there's no calculator, there's no like manual or textbook that's really gonna tell you specifically like what to set these on. It's like you have to set them and test them. And then if you're having a certain type of reaction, then you have to either crank it down or crank it up. Like you could crank things down too low and have the same symptoms that you would have if it was too high. Like your system could still crash if you crank the numbers down too low. If you crank them up too high, you could have the same issues.
Is yours too low?
I'm sorry?
Is yours too low?
That's the thing. I don't particularly know because I've like I said, with the settings that I have that I was running today to try to stream, were the same settings I had yesterday. And there's no logical explanation to really make sense out of it that if I'm able to stream for almost 8 hours yesterday, and I only had like maybe 3 crashes. And I start up, my stream today. I had my computer shut off all night. It started it up brand new. Everything was restarted fresh, so everything's reloaded. Um, I begin to start my stream, and as soon as I start a match, and the GPU percentage starts increasing and being used, now my system crashes. And as soon as my system crashes, all of this setting that I have here gets reset back to default. So I have to set it all. Yeah, it's very like nerve-wracking and irritating to have to put up with this, because it doesn't make any sense if I'm able to stream for 8 hours with hardly much issue, or maybe just crashes a couple of times, and I change absolutely nothing, and then I get a different result where now I can't actively engage in a game at all. Like as soon as the game loads, or after it's loaded for a certain amount of time, it's too much heat. I'm not certain. Like I said,
I get what you're saying.
Right.
I get what you're saying, but if this gets too irritating, and you can't fix it, you call in other experts, they can't fix it, then it may be time. And if you do get a different gaming device, I would suggest a console, not a PC, because
no, I have a PlayStation, I have an Xbox, but it's not the
why
same.
don't you play those? Oh yeah, because you can't stream those.
Yeah, I could. I've done like there's a method that I could stream with where it's called remote play, and I can basically send the visual data using an app on my PC that sends it over the broadcasting software, and I can play on the console, play on my monitor, everything. It's just a lot. Yeah, sure, of course I can. And it's just more annoying to deal with, because I personally don't like to play with controller, and I don't want to have to like disconnect my mouse and keyboard to connect it to my console, or even have to go get a separate mouse and keyboard just to be able to play on my console. There's a lot of factors that I've gotten away from console, even though I own console. And to me, it's irritating the fact that I have a PC, and this is a higher end PC. It's not just like some like throw together low end parts. I have a Ryzen 9 CPU. I have nearly 64 gigabytes of memory for my RAM. I have over 6 terabytes on my hard drive. Like I have a lot of high quality equipment. 850 watts power supply. My graphics card is could probably use some updating, but I'm running DDR4 memory. It's just it should function is my point, and it's just not functioning. Like it's actually functioning right now. There's not much issue with it. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to run some testing. So I would encourage you, have some fun, go play with some friends. Once I fully figure this out, and yeah, I'm sure you'll see that I've got everything working, and I'll either send you some invites, or you can just hop in the lobby. Either way.
The graphics card I use is the GeForce GTX or 1660 Ti.
Yeah, 1080 Ti. Those are good ones. I want to say AMD um, is the culprit. If I would have gotten
I've
a
got a
different
palette.
brand.
Is PALIT the one you use? Palette.
What is that?
I think it's the brand of it. It says palette on the front of the box.
No, mine is AMD.
Oh, AMD.
Yeah, AMD Radeon. And I wanna say AMD is built with their infrastructure for they tweak their hardware
Okay.
for like a higher output.
What are you gonna do? What are you? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna test some things. Like I said, I'm gonna keep changing some of these values, and
How are you going to test it? Like,
I'm
um,
I'm just gonna just hop into some like quick play matches, like the multiplayer matches or something.
yeah,
But
can I join up with you then? Can I join up?
I mean, if you want to, but it's like I said, you're just gonna end up playing with whoever you're playing with. Because if I crash and I'm not able to play because it's just crashing, then it's not me causing this. I wish I wasn't having this issue, but
It says
like I
that
said,
there's 2 people watching now. What is that? It on my screen on the monitor I'm playing on. It says 2 people are watching at the moment.
yeah, it says three
Does
for
that,
me.
does that oh so that does include me. So it doesn't include me in this. In the
I could be. I don't know. To be honest with you, but on my
yeah,
software, I'm not just streaming on Twitch. I'm also streaming on YouTube.
I know. I am watching it on YouTube. I opened flip. What's it called now?
Okay,
It's gonna
it shows on my Twitch I have one viewer. So that could
one
be,
viewer from
yeah, which so I have
I
three
opened my
views.
Microsoft Edge. I opened my Microsoft Edge,
Hmm.
and I went to the then I just typed in YouTube. I just saw you in the front page
That's what's up.
live. Then I just
Wait, you saw
followed.
me on the front page? Or is that because you're following me, or it just happens to be because I'm live?
No, because I subbed.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. But yeah, like it shows on my software because I'm not just streaming on YouTube. I'm also streaming on Twitch. So the software that I'm using in my OBS is a plugin called Restream. So what it does is it streams out my content to multiple platforms. I could probably do Kick and probably Twitter and a bunch of other ones at the same time, but I'm just trying to get things working before I really go too far into streaming on all these platforms.
Yeah.
So the
Sorry, I
count
was just.
the count that I
Yeah.
show is probably combined since it's pulling the data from both of those platforms. I got one view on Twitch, and I got 2 views on YouTube likely. And what's cool is in the here I'll actually show you real quick. I don't know if you can see it, but it shows down here 3 views, and I can switch
No, I
to
can't see it.
I
I
can
can't see it.
I can switch to chat. It doesn't show.
No, no. Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
it
yeah.
does, it
It's
does.
just a slow update. All right, so you see, I have 3. Like this is my chat from my plugin, so I can choose to specifically chat on YouTube or Twitch, and then if I select Restream, then I can actually have a chat sent out to both. And whenever someone comments, it shows like the icon from what platform they're commenting from, whether it be Twitch or YouTube. So that's a quick little tip for everybody that's out there that's interested in trying to stream. But I don't know if these settings are gonna fly, but I'll try to give it a go. Let me see. I don't want to jump
Why
into
50 seconds? Why 50?
what happened. Oh, he doesn't. You don't have multiplayer, do you? Yeah. Dang. That's what I was saying. Why is it locked? It's buggy. I see. That's what I'm. That if I go into quick play, this is my theory. I can test better in quick play because it takes a lot longer for me to